Hello, I'm Dr. Petrache, diabetologist. For any questions, please scan the QR code you see on your screen and follow the steps. Today, I'm talking about foods that I do not recommend if you suffer from diabetes. Diabetes is a chronic condition that affects many adults and children around the world. Uncontrolled diabetes has many serious consequences, including cardiovascular damage, kidney disease, blindness, and other complications. Eating certain foods may increase your blood sugar. Carbs, proteins, and fats are macronutrients that give us the energy we need to carry out our daily activities. Carbs have the greatest impact on blood sugar because in the process of digestion they break down into glucose that is then absorbed into the blood. Carbs include starch, sugars, and fiber. However, fiber isn't digested and isn't absorbed into the bloodstream as much as the others, which means that it does not affect your blood sugar as much. If you subtract the number of fibers from the total number of carbs, you will find the number of digestible carbs or the net number of carbs. For example, a cup of different vegetables has 10 grams of carbs and 4 grams of fiber, which means that it has a net number of 6 grams of carbs. When a person with diabetes eats too many carbs at once, their blood sugar can rise dangerously high. Over time, high blood sugar can lead to the destruction of peripheral nerves and blood vessels. Eventually, chronic hyperglycemia will lead to cardiovascular disease, kidney disease, and more. Maintaining a low carb intake can prevent high blood sugar and reduce the risk of complications. Here are the foods not recommended for diabetics. Sugar sweetened drinks are strictly forbidden if you suffer from diabetes. A can of juice has about 40 grams of carbs that are absorbed immediately. In addition to sugar, these drinks are full of fructose, and fructose is closely linked to insulin resistance and diabetes. Studies show that drinking sugar-sweetened juices increases the risk of diabetes and fatty liver disease. Moreover, high levels of fructose in sugar-sweetened juices can lead to metabolic changes, the appearance of abdominal fat, and the rise of cholesterol and triglycerides in your bloodstream. For good blood sugar control, drink water. Trans fats are also to be avoided for diabetics. Trans artificial fats are extremely harmful for your health. They are created by adding hydrogen to unsaturated fatty acids just to make them more stable. Trans fats are found in margarine, peanut butter, various creams, and frozen foods. Moreover, food manufacturers often add them to pretzels, muffins, and other baked goods just to prolong their shelf life. Trans fats do not directly increase blood sugar, but there has been a link between them and insulin resistance, abdominal fat, but also lowering good cholesterol and damaging blood vessels. It is good to check the label of the products and leave them on the shelf if you see words like partially hydrogenated in the list of ingredients. White bread. White rice and white flour pasta are high in carbs. Eating bread, pretzels, and other foods made from refined flour has shown a significant increase in blood sugar in both people with type 1 diabetes and those with type 2 diabetes. These processed foods have almost no fiber. Fiber helps slow blood sugar absorption. Increasing fiber intake also improves intestinal health and promotes decreased insulin resistance. The fourth food I do not recommend is fruit sweetened yogurt. Simple yogurt is a perfect option for diabetics. This is not the case if manufacturer added fruit. Yogurts with different flavors are made from low-fat or low-fat dairy products that are full of carbs and sugar. A fruit yogurt has about 31 grams of sugar. Frozen yogurts are considered by many to be a healthy alternative to ice cream. However, they can have as much sugar or even more sugar than ice cream. Instead of choosing high sugar yogurts that can increase your blood sugar, choose plain sugar-free yogurt that can help you lose weight and improve your gut health. We have reached food number 5 that is not recommended for diabetics, namely sweetened breakfast cereals. Eating these cereals can be the worst way to start your day if you have diabetes. Ignore the inscription on the boxes that generally claims the health benefits of these types of cereals. Most cereals are heavily processed and have far more carbs than you can imagine. In addition, they have very little protein. And protein help you feel fuller for a longer period and will also keep your blood sugar stable throughout the day. Food number 6 is represented by coffee with various flavors. Simple coffee is healthy, reducing in some studies the risk of diabetes. However, coffee with different flavors should be seen as a liquid dessert, not as a healthy drink. The brain does not process fluids in the same way it processes solid foods. When you drink calories, you don't eat less, a habit that will eventually lead to weight gain. A caramel frappuccino has 57 fast carbs. In short, a blood sugar disaster. To avoid blood sugar problems, choose plain coffee or espresso. If you can't drink it unsweetened, use sweetener. You shouldn't eat any kind of natural sugars like honey, agave nectar, or maple syrup. People with diabetes try to minimize their intake of white sugar as well as sugary products. However, other forms of sugar can also increase blood sugar. Among them, I mention brown sugar and natural sugar such as honey, agave nectar, but also maple syrup. Moreover, these types of sweeteners are intensely processed and have as many carbs as white sugar. The number 8 non-recommended food is dried fruit. Fresh fruits are a wonderful source of some important vitamins and minerals, including vitamin C and potassium. But when the fruit is dried, its water is removed and all nutrients are concentrated, including sugar. Raisins from grapes have 4 times more carbs compared to grapes, as do other dried fruits. If you suffer from diabetes, you should not give up fresh fruits, only dried fruits. Equally dangerous are foods such as pretzels, biscuits, sticks, but also chips. They are generally made from refined flour and have very few nutrients. They also have many fast carbs that quickly increase blood sugar. If you are hungry between meals, it is better to eat nuts or vegetables with a little cottage cheese. At number 10, we have fruit juices. Although fruit juices are often considered healthy drinks, the effects on blood sugar are similar to eating sugary drinks. Like sugar sweetened juices, fruit juices are full of fructose. Fructose leads to insulin resistance, obesity, and cardiovascular disease. A better alternative is water with a little lemon, just plain water. French fries should be avoided, especially if you have diabetes. First of all, the potatoes themselves have a relatively high carb content, but once you peel them and fry them in oil, they become even more harmful. Fried products are toxic, can promote inflammation, and increase the risk of cardiovascular disease. In short, avoid foods that will increase your blood sugar, but also foods that lead to insulin resistance. Choose fresh foods over intensely processed ones. That's it for today. For any questions, scan the QR code you see on your screen and follow the steps. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and hit the notification bell. I'm Dr. Petrache, and until next time, take care of your body and soul.